So my cousin is very stingy with money, understandably so. Um, and so he doesn't want to pay for any of the cosmetics in the game. So he literally started like finding the smallest little things you can customize, and that's how like that's what he does. And
I mean, I made myself just a full prosthetic basically because a prosthesis. I mean, because yeah. I was like, I want gray on my blue armor. Well, time to lop off my limbs.
um, but so he started customizing like you can put emblems on your Spartan's like chest.
Yeah.
And we're playing, and I'm like, why do you have the number 0 on your chest? He's like, because that's the amount of kills I get every round. I'm like, bro, like at least you admit that like you're not the greatest player at this game. I'd rather um like try to help you get better, and you know that you're not the greatest instead of thinking you're already really good and then
Hey,
really want to
hey, it's hey, nothing to you, but hey, it's me. I'm here.
yeah.
I brought, I brought only my thighs, my torso, and my head, but
The
the
parts that
rest of me
really
is here
matter.
in spirit.
The parts that only matter. The only parts that matter. I mean,
Yeah, I was just looking through the season pass and everything, and I mean, not that I didn't believe you or the internet or anything, but man, there really isn't anything I can get for free.
yeah,
Like
it's like
nothing.
I
It's
think like
like
a stance or two, and like it's not like
oh stances, a few paint schemes, and then there's a few like paints.
yeah.
I think I said that already. Paints, stances, and then armor. Oh yeah, armor visors. Yeah, cool. Armor visors. Yeah, that was my favorite part about customization in Halo. Is the armor visor, like the
Yeah,
visor for your helmet.
it's I genuinely
I just realized you're a Pepsi can.
yes. This is the
Pepsi. Yeah, there I am.
yeah. Best part about
Sorry.
your intro just now is for some reason your armor texture didn't load in, so you're just like a blue marshmallow.
I am a marshmallow.
Um, this is the Halo competitive um like
Fiesta. Competitive Fiesta?
no, not the Fiesta. No, the armor is their competitive colors. They give it away for free. It's in the shop if you want it. It's under the like where you get the Cloud 9 armor and stuff.
What was just a sick grenade?
Oh, thank heavens!
So
The long range
my
weapon.
cousin and I both have like we wear this armor because it's the white and blue. Urka. Literally the only reason we wear it.
Yeah, that was my reason that when I saw it, I was like, I want to use that, but I'll have to go get it.
It's in the store.
Free?
Almost out of ammo,
Sometimes I wish that we spawned in with some equipment. Oh, that's a bad guy. See? I'm a blue boy. I walk around the corner, there's a blue guy, and I'm like, oh, this guy's a friendly. No, he's a bad guy,
It's
because he's
not. Yeah, I've done that
like
too.
it's why make it an option? Make it where I can disable it. My old man monkey brain can't change.
Booga booga. Wait, uh-oh. Get him. Yeah, he got him. Alright, our teammate with the samurai armor almost didn't get the guy. Um, yeah. Again, I really think this game... Whoa! I like the... Okay, Halo 3 on MCC. They added a new armor. Actually, to, agree with your opinion here, or like at least like make this sentiment.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Halo 3 in the MCC, they added the new armor. You can turn that off. If you don't
Oh
want to
yeah,
see
that's
it,
right.
you can not like you can just turn it off. So I think that I do agree now thinking about it that should totally be a thing where you can
ammo reserves depleting.
like where you should be able to turn on or off the ability to have a team do which color you want. I actually turned my my teammates thing because I did the same thing a lot. Was like I couldn't tell who was teammate or who wasn't to green because not a lot of people have green as their colors like color.
Yeah, I saw that. I tried experimenting with it being yellow, but um,
Yeah.
it was hard to figure out because like I wanted the enemy to also have like the classic shield flare,
Yeah.
but then I was like, oh, I can't tell who's friend or foe now.
Um, yeah, I genuinely now thinking about it, like if they've already had that working for MCC, they should definitely be able to get that working for this. And again, I think
Yep.
I really hope, because they said they're trying to listen to the community more with this game than with 5, and I really hope that they're being honest with that and not just trying to say that to get more people to play and like wait around for them to do stuff. Because if they genuinely think this game could be like one of the greatest games of recent years, if
Oh yeah.
they do that. Like
Yeah, it's like
it plays so similarly to 5 when it comes to mobility, other than like you don't have like the quick super pack and all that stuff, like because you can just run around a lot faster. But at the same time, it plays like 3 where you have the armor ability, and it actually like it feels good to play. That's
no, yeah, I think I know what you mean. I'm enjoying this. Like
oh yeah,
I'm a stickler for the whole like, oh, I want things to stay the same and such. Like I'm even here like, yeah, this is fun. Like
oh
this is
yeah.
a good time.
That's something I really like.
Even though I suck at this game.
I genuinely
Yeah.
like when the first alpha came out and like I had to go back to playing MCC. I was kind of annoyed because I was like, I love MCC so much, but from going from such a fast-paced like shooter, which like it's just so much fun, just, like running around, getting quick kills, and like respawning really quick as well. Like the respawn is pretty quick. The kill time is really low, and it just overall just feels really good to run around in compared to like Halo 2 and 3, which is like what I play a lot of on MCC. I play Reach as well, not as much. Just because I grew up playing 3 and 2, I didn't have Reach. Like that one
Oh,
for me is very
oh my lord. That was some momentum. Sorry.
um, Halo 3 isn't, or Halo Reach isn't like high on my tier list for like it's higher than 1. Halo 1 is an absolute like
Dumpster fire of
dumpster.
multiplayer.
Yeah, especially compared to more modern shooters. Oh my
People just
gosh.
play that for the meme. I'm convinced.
It's either that or they're nostalgic. I genuinely believe that some people are nostalgic for it, but like, oh my gosh, like when we played that Big
Well,
Team Battle,
I can see if they're nostalgic for like the Magnum starts and just like the playing small lobbies, but like Big Team Battle didn't really exist.
yeah, that was like insanity. Like, not insanity as in the fun kind where it's like hectic and oh my gosh, I can't believe what's happening. It's like, dude,
Nah.
I can't move, I can't get kills. Like,
Yeah, it's like
map's
I got
so
sniped
big.
across the map. Oh, by a sniper? No, a Magnum.
Yeah, it's like, and the Magnum was like, pretty much, it's like a semi-auto, full auto kind of thing. So
Semi full auto.
yeah, because like you could
Worst
hold down
kind of
the,
weapon.
like it wasn't full auto, but it was, and because of that, like it was just ridiculous. And so like you want to complain about game balancing? Oh my gosh, I feel bad
Oh
for
yeah, it
people
was
who
bad.
had who had nothing but Halo 1, because that was all that was out at that point. Like that's just insane.
Oh, that's a. Oh boy. Forgot what ability I
But
had
again,
for a second.
overall, this is like fun, really fast paced. It just feels good to play. And I'm really excited to see what they do more with it. I really hope that they add the ability to select mode, like actual modes, and what you want or do not
I hope
want to
they
play.
also add more modes. Like the fact
Oh
that they
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
include infection at least. Like that's just weird. Like everyone loves infection.
yeah. And like again, genuinely excited for the like to see where this game goes
5
if
minutes remaining.
they do it right. And I think they need to start updating it soon. Otherwise, I feel like a lot of like old school Halo audience is gonna start leaving because they don't they just go and play MCC without and like fully able to play
Not to
them.
mention like custom games is basically broken.
Yeah.
Not like there's anything to do in it anyway, but
Victory.
like that's like the really frustrating thing too. Is like again modern gaming, which like just stuff like that isn't included in modern games or like back in the day. if you didn't have those features, you sank. You were sunk because people wouldn't buy the game.
Yeah.
So but like I can at least give a bit more. I'm not as like. I'm trying to think of the word for it. I'm not as frustrated about that because although I don't like the wait, I will definitely say that I probably won't really be too excited for the Forge and stuff like that to come out for this game just because it'll be so long. Like I don't
Oh,
know where
yeah.
I'll be in the
Yeah.
future. I'm here right now. This is where I'm here. I'm playing it right now. I'm not gonna hold my breath and wait
Another
for a
thing.
game, especially when the previous ones already provide the experience and have things in it that I guarantee Infinite won't have. For instance, Invasion, my baby. The best part
My
about Reach.
baby. I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the campaign costing $60?
I feel like if you're buying the campaign, they need to give you some sort of season pass or something like that for Infinite. $60 for the campaign is fine, but like the fact that it's just the campaign and it's not going to be co-op at first and there's no firefight or anything else. Like ODST, everyone got all upset about ODST, and yet here they are in Infinite and they're not getting upset about Infinite, and I
Yeah.
don't get it. It's
I
like the light. Like I get part of the argument, but at the same time I don't get it
like
because
ODST at least had firefight.
ODST was ODST had firefight, it had the theater, it still had all like the typical Halo features, and it came with the Halo 3 multiplayer, which as a kid I didn't have Halo 3. I went
Yeah.
backward. Uh-oh. This is not intentional. But yeah, it was just like one of those things to me that I don't know. I mean, like I hope it's good. I don't know if I'll buy it for $60 because especially if I
I'm
can't play it with my
genuinely like I
bros.
might buy it for my Xbox to complete my Halo collection. But for PC, I'm just gonna like download it Game Pass because I'm already paying for it because I'm playing kind of stuff off it, so I might as well continue to pay
Yeah,
for it a little bit longer.
I feel like that's just what I'll end up doing. It's like if I really want to play, I'll just get the season pass, or not season pass.
I hope everything's in good shape.
I'll get the
Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's
I
a
like the Scorpion.
the Rocket Hog is a lot different than what it used to be. This makes me sad.
You want to get him third?
Oh, I'm getting on that gun. I love how exposed I am. I got little shields now though, so I feel a little
the
bit.
same thing happened to the Wraith Lords. They literally double shield pops up now. But I
Yeah,
love
like just-
the way this thing looks and sounds.
Oh yeah, this is really cool.
Like, I genuinely think that they got a lot of the legacy stuff right, like the vehicles and like the look of them at least. Miles in midair. But I do believe that they still need to work on some of the gameplay feel with certain vehicles, like
The Banshee just looks.
Banshees get fixed so bad. It's so bad right now. Yeah, alright, cool.
Just push it aside. We don't need that. There's another tank across the way. Oh, it looks like someone fragged it. No, it's fragged. We lost our air. We lost our Falcon knockoff. I missed the
The
Falcon. Bring
Wasp.
the Falcon back. All my homies love the Falcon. That's like the big thing with me. Like I'll always have Reach as like a way higher on a pedestal than it probably should be because of nostalgia. But like there are some things about Reach that I genuinely enjoyed that I don't understand why that they didn't.
How'd you
Oh,
miss?
I don't know.
Killing spree.
I don't know. That was embarrassing.
For you.
Oh, I have
mean,
no
that's
ammo.
funny.
Oh, that's a bot. Punch him. But with Reach, like there are a lot of little things with Reach that I like to the point where I'm almost mad at 343 that they didn't fix the issues that everyone loves to complain about. Like armor lock, I don't think is as big of a deal as everyone makes it out to be. It slows down gameplay, sure, but I mean, y'all haven't played Team Fortress 2 trying
Oh
to
my
cap
gosh.
the intel on 2 Fort. Like
It's
that's
very
nothing.
intense.
That's not a standstill.
Yeah.
That's just a mild nuisance. But like things that I really liked about Reach was that I, for starters, loved the game selection. Like there's lots of options. And then I also really enjoyed the uh obviously the customization was great, you know.
Oh yeah.
But like
100%.
I loved the game options. I loved a lot of the vehicles in the game. I didn't think the weapons were anything to sneeze at. Like obviously
Yeah.
that's probably one of the worst like sandboxes for Halo. But the vehicle I love. Like the Revenant was awesome. The Falcon was great. Some weapons were cool, like the concussion rifle being just like, you know, um, the Brute Shot 2.0. That was a fun weapon and stuff like that. I didn't mind the armor abilities. I didn't like them for Forge. I forged a lot, so I didn't like
Yeah.
the sprint and jetpack were a nightmare to work with. But that was it. I didn't really care otherwise. Like to me, I didn't have any issues.
Honestly, I didn't think Sprint was really that bad in Beach. I
It's
think.
only bad on maps that existed in previous games because they had to be redesigned for sprint in mind.
Yeah. I do.
That spanker is chewing us up.
Yeah.
But like, and again, that's why I preach so much about Invasion, because Invasion was just the best part of Reach. You had Elites versus Spartans, you had a cool attack and defend dynamic, and then you had the sandbox, which was like the sandbox in Reach is probably the worst of like the franchise, just because like it's just so stacked in favor of just the needle rifle and DMR. Like nothing else just felt really that useful. Um, and then you know the invasion game type I think kind of fixed a lot of it because it fixed like the sandbox issue I meant, because like what invasion did was that it forced the teams to use weapons specific to their faction, and it made it very accessible. So it wasn't as like a consequence to like, oh no, I had an energy sword and now the Spartans have it. No, it's really not a big deal because at the end of the day, they can respawn with it.
Yeah.
So it did kind of take away some of the tension, but because everyone had these power weapons in limited supply, and then limited supply meaning like, you know, it's an objective mode. It's not just
Yeah.
like kill bad guy win. It was an objective. Like, sure, you might have an energy sword, but if you're just hiding in a corner when you should be capping the objective and there's a minute left, well,
Yeah.
you're the problem. But with Reach, I love the invasion game type because of that, because it made the
5
different
minutes
weapons,
remaining.
you know, functional and fitting, and like it put them in an environment that worked. It's
Yeah.
like that was a really clever design of Bungie to have invasions up the way that it was, because it basically,
Gravity hammer is on us.
again, it didn't fix all the problems, but it just made it where problems were subtly addressed and fixed. Because at the end of the day, you know, like if you have a certain weapon pool to pull from and a map that fits that weapon pool, like there are maps specifically designed for invasion, both in Forge and then also in you know, typical you know, launch day maps. Sorry, I'm a little
Yeah.
distracted. I'm slaying right now.
Yeah. No,
Um,
it's kind of where I'm at too. I'm listening. It's just like. Oh, person kill. Go.
yeah, exactly.
No,
But
I completely understand what you're saying, and
yeah, look, summary is Invasion was good because Invasion promoted the strengths of Reach and helped fix the problems of Reach.
yeah.
Thank you. So like that, and Invasion was also fun as hell to forge because it felt so dynamic and like having gates spawn in or despawn and like doing like
Yeah.
cool crazy stuff like that. Like I remember I'd like like say you make like Helm's Deep, like you actually make it where the wall would burst open when you plant the bomb and like use clever tricks to look like an explosion actually happened that ripped the wall apart, part of the wall despawns and debris spawns, like stuff like that was awesome. It's like Infinite can do something like that with its forge.
From what I
Oh, this game
understand,
is fantastic.
this is gonna. From what I understand, this Forge, the reason it's taking so long is because
They're gonna have
adding
programming
scripting
and like
if you wanna
scripting.
if
Yeah,
you
sorry.
wanna do it. I mean, you don't have to. You can still use Forge like old school Forge. You can do it like you could, but if you have the know-how, like people, like I feel like it's gonna be insane.
Yeah. Halo 5 was pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I personally didn't do anything with Halo 5 because it was Halo 5.
Yeah. Honestly, on one hand, like I've played around with the custom games browser on Halo 5, and genuinely, I actually had fun with it.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the custom game browser. Oh, some things never change in Halo. Some guy just got bodied and just teabags him. And he's like flailing the mouse too while he's doing it with the sword. It looks so funny. Oh, I love it. But yeah, so again, like I can give Forge a bit of a pass because like I do understand that stuff takes a while, especially if they're not gonna go the simple route. And I'd rather have them delay and wait so it's all functioning as intended.
Yeah.
Because I'm
100%.
still waiting for 343 to fix Forge in the MCC. And it's been
I know what
almost
you're
2
saying.
years now.
I think once this game gets off the ground, like once everything stable, like it's the stability is proven of this game. I think they're probably gonna have some people go back to the MCC team, and hopefully stuff like that gets fixed.
I'm not counting.
I'm not counting on it either, but as of right now, I could see like right now it makes sense why nobody's like they're not really working in MCC, but afterwards I kind of like it's gonna be a little
Did they
if they
ever
don't-
did they ever even add the custom game browser for anything other than Reach, or is it still
No,
just Reach?
Halo 1 and Halo 3 are in there now.
Okay. Halo 1.
Yeah, Halo CE.
There's a custom game browser.
Yep.
Like matchmaking browser and everything for Halo 1.
Yep.
Not Halo 2 or Halo 2 Anniversary, which has the remastered Forge mode and everything.
I don't believe I haven't messed with it, but from what I read in the
doesn't-
patch notes, I think it's only 3 and 1.
It doesn't make any sense. Like 4 would have made more sense because 4 has Forge. Like why? Like I
don't
I
ask
feel-
questions, bud.
Don't you think you'd be safer?
see like that's the thing that kind of like that right there is like the thing that bugs me is like. I mean, I'm sure it's probably easier to do with 1, so like there's probably some actual logic to it.
Can I just save it? That's not good.
Oh wow, I just grenaded myself.
I am. That is getting clipped.
That's an enemy banshee. Yeah, kill it. Yeah, I'm good at killing banshees because they're made of paper
Please
mache.
tell me I get that clip, because I really hope I get that. That would be really funny. I got Banshee. Somebody got me down with with the electrical weapon, so like it short circuited the vehicle so I couldn't move. And as I'm falling, I ran somebody over. I literally hit the guy who was shooting at me. And I wasn't even like in control. It just fell on him, and he just like he died. And they gave me the splatter kill, and I'm like, okay. That was really funny. I really hope I got that clip. But yeah.
Like spawning with weapons that aren't poo-poo garbage.
What were you gonna say?
Come on. Why would it spawn me in the open? Why?
Yeah.
We've lost the
Oh boy.
But genuinely, I think 343 did a great job with the base of this game, and I really hope this can build upon it and actually see the Halo community thrive once again.
On. I've spawned
Oh, the
3
fuck launcher,
times
okay.
in the same sight line against the same guy, and this time I spawned next to a guy with a sword. Thankfully, the guy with the sword did
Lost
not
the
notice me.
lead.
You didn't see that.
No, I did.
No, 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 no.
How does this damn Tesla rifle work?
It doesn't. That's the fun part. It's more or less designed to stop vehicles, and that's about it.
It's like 2 shots on a Spartan, and I'm like, oh man, this thing kind of sucks.
Bruh.
I'm just a
Um,
forerunner now. I only have
But
forerunner
yeah,
weapons.
I kind of feel like the final sentiment I would like to make about this game is that I'm very, like, I like the way it feels, like the way it plays, like the way it looks. It's Halo. This is Halo. And
This
we
does
still-
feel like a really good.
What? So I got shot and I couldn't hear anything for a second. What did you say?
This does really feel like Halo.
Oh yeah. Which is awesome.
Hey, I have that
because-
gun too, boy.
No offense to 5, but it was not good. By no offense, I mean total offense.
Oh, I want to say five was just trash. 343, or at least like not Bungie, sorry. Microsoft could have made bank off of 5 if they treated it like it wasn't a Halo game.
Oh,
It would have been fine because it was fun, but it wasn't Halo, and that at the end of the day is what killed it. Is that it wasn't, or not really killed it, but like what drove people away is like it wasn't Halo.
Quick, get cover!
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Ugh, my heart is pounding.
I accidentally started to reload too soon.
Mind if I do?
Yeah. Yeah, I really hope that they can get the matchmaking and all, like, not the matchmaking, but like like you can select what.
No!
Okay. I
No!
hope they can get
So
that
close.
worked out, and once that's worked out, I feel like this game's pretty much basically it's gonna
That was terrifying
like, take
to
off
watch.
again, like for the Halo community. I think this game's gonna kind of become like
Enemy
take
halfway to
over
victory.
for MCC, at least for most players. I'm not saying everybody's gonna go from MCC to this, but I feel like a lot of players, once they have all the little, like, the basic stuff in, I feel like this game is gonna start taking over for some of the like for fans, especially
I
once
think-
campaign comes out. I feel like a lot of the people who like that are gonna start playing it.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna take a bit. I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna take a while, I think, for Infinite to really pop off.
Yeah, I do too. Again, but I feel like the main thing that's holding it back right now is the lack of.
Well, the customization thing, like the monetization, is really the problem
Yeah.
right now. So once that gets addressed, I feel like this game's gonna thrive a bit more.
Yeah, I feel like again, like that and the lack of control when it comes to what mode you're playing. Like right now we're playing Fiesta, and that's all that is like team deathmatch. But like, no way I landed that shot. I'm not even mad I died. But
I only have one sniper shot. I picked up a sniper and only have one shot.
But again, once they start
Huh.
updating it and evolving the game, some would say combat evolving.
That was really bad.
I think that this game is really gonna, like, it's going to be already probably better Halo, if not. Like it's gonna be up there. I don't think it's gonna be number 1 because most people are gonna have nostalgia, or they're just gonna find something to complain about because 343 made it. But people who aren't Thank
Oh,
you
oh,
for
oh,
the
that's-
assist. Um,
Yeah, no problem.
but for people who aren't like freaking 343 shills, or not 343 shills, a bunch of shills,
Team nearing victory.
definitely see Halo Infinite
5 minutes
best
remaining.
Halos.
So one thing I can safely say about me is like, I don't care who makes Halo. I just
I just want
like
it to be good.
I just want it to be good, and like I'm tired of like these weird, like I'm tired of weird little details like plaguing the Halo games,
Yeah.
like oh like the season pass thing right now. It's like why is that a problem? Like that should not be a problem. Like why are some game modes just not in my Halo? Like why are some mechanics just the way they are? Why is my UI at the bottom of my screen, not the top? Like I still look to the top like where my radar?
Yeah.
Where radar?
Yeah.
Why am I
Wait,
why after
wait.
all these years am I still
Oh,
spawning
wait, this one
in?
doesn't have.
Why why
This one
is
doesn't
it?
have radar. Why doesn't it have radar?
What are you talking about? You don't have a radar on your bottom left?
Bottom left.
You don't have a motion tracker?
Oh, I guess it is bottom left. I literally didn't even think about that. I literally didn't even think about it until I looked, because I don't look at it during normal, like,
That's been like part of the reason why I've been struggling to play is because I keep instinctively looking up left and up right for my ammo and my radar, and I'm like frantically then like, oh crap, I gotta look back
they
down.
said the next update is gonna, like, the next update, they're
But
adding,
why did it have to be an update? Like that's
yeah,
the
it
kind
should have been in the base game. I agree.
like that's the
There's
like little things like
a
that.
lot of things in this game, I'm not gonna lie to you, that I really am like, why? Why did they do that?
I want to back out real quick. I want to go to the store and find
Yeah,
that.
well, it doesn't start right away. You have to select play in order to start the queue, which is both nice and kind of annoying.
But that would explain why one time I just sat in a menu for like 10 minutes and I was wondering why it was taking so long to get into a match.
Yeah, you you have to hit play again before you can do a match. But
Yeah.
yeah, but genuinely think again that this game is gonna be regarded as as one of the better Halo games, as long as 343 keeps up with it and players don't get bored of it. Which I don't think people are gonna get bored of it, and I hope 343 doesn't take advantage of it, as in by like trying to monetize it too much. I mean, they're a corporation. Microsoft wants money, so understandably so. It's probably gonna like end up not being. I mean, it's not gonna be like rec packs or anything like Halo 5 outrageous like that, because they learned their lesson. But at the same time,
Like, there will always be that corporate undertone. Like,
yeah,
and the fact that we can't pick and choose certain game types, the fact that armor customization's the way that it is, like, doesn't matter how much they change it, it'll always still be something there. And I
and
mean, like,
that's
look at EA's Battlefront.
yeah,
I don't, I've been, I've been into arguments about this before, but like, that game is great now. May its future development rest in peace. But that game is great. But at the end of the day, there are still remnants of the launch.
yeah,
There are still items that are way too strong. There are
yeah,
still characters that are way too strong. Like the way the baseline soldiers are set up, where they're meant to just be cannon fodder, that's how it was in the launch because they
yeah,
wanted you to they wanted you to play different characters or buy crates to get upgrades for the characters and stuff like that. Like they might have fixed it a bit, but there's still parts of it that are there that's just stupid.
yeah.
And like that's just the unfortunate thing is like they're gonna do good things with this game, I'm sure, but
There's
I
always gonna be a
personally
remnant of what it is.
yeah, and like me personally, I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, for crying out loud, they're still trying to fix up issues with the MCC, both on console and PC.
yeah.
So
Um,
like I'm hopeful, but
no, yeah,
I'm not betting any money on it.
I'm not basically like gonna hold my breath, but
Yeah,
I'm still hopeful for you.
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
One thing that I've heard a lot of, which is really interesting, is that the main reason that companies are doing these releasing games the way they're releasing, so that they hype up it, like they try to hype up stuff quickly and get it out quickly, and then they update stuff into it to fix it later. That way, people stay playing. And
Yeah.
The reason that they do that is because of monetization. Whereas back in the day, if you didn't release, like nowadays,
If
people
you didn't
are
have a good, if you didn't have a good release, you were done.
yeah, and nowadays people are kind of like not
People frequent games. They come back. They don't
exactly
just.
like once you have a franchise established nowadays, it's so easy just to be like, all right, game's barely working, ship it. Like it has the name on it, go for it.
We're just gonna keep updating it until the player count drops below like a threshold, and yeah,
Like a genuine
games are a service now. They're not like
yeah,
a one and done thing. So it's like that's like the format set up the way that it is because of that. I personally don't like that format, so I will always look at Infinite and just go, yeah, this is cool, but and then trail off and maybe find something different or whatever.
yeah,
Or I'll play it a bit and have a good time and then put it down for a while because I don't want to like I would love to customize my Spartan, but I don't like the game enough where I want to buy the season pass.
exactly,
So like
yeah,
I don't have any reason to do that. And then the limited game modes, I don't really want to stick around. Like I'll just go back to like I keep talking about it, Reach, Halo Reach
yeah.
Invasion. Freaking love Invasion. I will go back and play that.
And
I'll find custom games or host custom games for it. Like the
genuinely, when it comes to the MCC, it's really like I don't want to say I'm surprised because it's
the
like, it shouldn't be something that caught me off guard, but like the ability to unlock all the armor sets from the older games without having to pay for them is very like it's very cool, but it feels more like it sucks to say, but it feels like a very indie thing to do is have all of the armor and all the like stuff to do be like all the customization be free. Like right now, if you want to unlock all the armor or stuff from like say Call of Duty, you have to pay for 100% of it. Whereas if you were to play the older Call of Duties, either you couldn't customize it like at all, or you had to customize it by playing and unlocking things and just being good at the game. Same thing with Halo. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of surprising because like they did a battle pass format with MCC, but they made that free, and then Infinite is Infinite is kind of this whole other beat where it's like it's free to play on like the main Halo series, and yet it's still it's still
I think my game just crashed.
that's another issue. That is a whole
Man, modern day gaming.
yeah, that's happened to me a couple times to be honest. And I have a beefy computer and good internet, so like it doesn't.
I have good internet, computer, and I'm on low graphics.
Yeah, I'm on low.
I'm gonna go to the MCC now.
I'm on low as well, but yeah, it just kind of sucks that like the idea that like unlocking the old armors in Halo MCC was basically like a surprise to me when they announced it because I wasn't sure if they were gonna do that or if you're gonna have to like pay for them, which is such a sucky thing to have to say, but because of the precedent
like-
that's set by modern games, like
Yeah.
kind of have
Well, it's like, again, I feel like there's a good way to do it, and this is not the good way to do it. Like, a
Yeah.
good way to do it, this is, I know, I can already imagine people, like, what I'm about to say. But here's how they should have done it. Don't monetize individual pieces.
yeah.
Make that something you have to earn through challenges, gameplay, or
Like
just, like,
sets of
natural
armor.
progression. And what they should have done is they should have made it where there's sets. Like, to a T, exactly Emil, exactly Cat, like everything. Make them unique. Make it very, like, it's not just the set. Make it where you get an emblem, you get a new AI, you get a new voice. Like, how cool would it be if you could have Master Chief's voice for multiplayer because you decided to buy the campaign? Like, there you go. You bought the campaign, you played it. Maybe if you want an added bonus, you can
Yeah.
get Sergeant Johnson's voice, eat it on Legendary. Boom.
Kinda
There you
like-
go.
kinda
Perfect.
Like, Reach. They did like you could have
For the firefight voices.
Firefight,
Yeah. Yes, like I wouldn't mind like especially with voice acting. Voice acting isn't cheap, but I
Oh,
would be
yeah.
more than happy to buy like a bundle of like George was awesome. George was one of my favorite Spartans. How cool would it be to buy a bundle of George where you get like a unique Spartan frame, you get like like the voice, you get like an emblem, you get like trinkets and or whatever the hell the customization is for the theme of George, and then you get like obviously everything else. You know, like you get the suit and it's just a set, right? So that way you have the normal customization where you have like you can your glove, your forearm, your bicep, your shoulder, your chest, your knees, your shins, your helmet accessories, and so on. You can customize all that the way you want. That's not monetized. That's all there. Just keep it simple. It's more about the scope and scale. That's the stuff that people want to play around with and keep going.
Yeah.
Get back for. You earn it through challenges. You want the knife on your arm, you gotta get
Yeah.
assassinations, like or sword kills, but then you have like this full suits and you can pay for those because those already had a story. We had them in previous games. And I can see people freaking out because it's like that exact reason. But like if you're gonna monetize it, I'd rather have that. I'm
Yeah.
paying for a character. I'm paying for a unique character that has no reason to be in this multiplayer. Like multiplayer is part of the story. I don't care what anybody says. If a game has a multiplayer and a campaign, they are connected. All the more reason why I loved Invasion. Invasion's the best. Bring back Invasion. But um,
Um, I mean, even
this,
like this, literally, I don't know if you've played, you've done the tutorial section of this game, but they literally
haven't,
give you a actual like, this is why you're here. This is why multiplayer exists.
yeah,
It
yeah,
exists
exactly.
within the universe. It is a thing.
Yeah,
Like there's a
it's
whole
cool.
reasoning behind it. It's all like I love the explanation. Like
It's like
you're
training and
yeah, it's a
yeah,
training ground. Like you need to like you're one of the last like Spartans are basically all dead. Like you are one of the last of us.
yeah.
So
Trying
like
to keep
and
it
they're trying to make
sharp,
more and
more, and
you
yeah.
need to train with them and everybody needs to get the best they can because the banish just took over the freaking universe. So like so cool. And like
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
it's like such a
but
cool idea, but I really feel like they need
Enemy
to
team nearing victory.
I do agree, like they need to make it feel like that when it comes to like the customization. I feel like could have been a lot better where like it's
it make
almost
you really feel like you're part of it. And then
yeah, like
again, like the
almost like your
accommodation. It's
yeah,
like
like oh you did
reward
this,
for
you
service.
got this many kills, or like you've done
Like
this as a reward for like your growth in combat effectiveness. You get this.
so like again, I'll go back to the Space Marine games. Like the Space Marine game was set up like that, and that's actually how it is in the lore with Warhammer, where it's like they they had like a. It's hard to explain like the structuring of their military units and like the
Yeah.
government and everything, but basically it's like old, like it's almost like I mean it's like you can think of it like Rome, just be like really baseline, old Rome, something like that. So essentially, you didn't get good gear unless you earned it, and that's kind of how it is nowadays too. But it's not like that too much. Like if you need a suppressor on your gun, you're gonna get one.
Yeah.
Whereas in a universe like say Warhammer, it was like, oh no, you don't have one? You're not on this mission then.
Yeah.
Like they didn't give you it. They didn't unless it was absolutely necessary. And so like, and again, with a Spartan, a super soldier with state-of-the-art tech that has a high training program, a high cost training program, and everything like this makes complete sense. Like why
Yeah.
you go in there with bare bones, and if you want better gear, you have to earn it because it's rare, it's expensive. Like they can't just give it to everybody. And what a better way to have that kind of system in the game. And again, like if they're like, okay, we still need to make money. Fine, give us the battle pass and just give us like some unique themed loot from the battle pass. Like, okay, so we have Heroes of Reach right now. We don't need the body frame from Reach to have this crazy customization. That's something you can unlock in the battle pass.
Yeah.
The full suits, like I said, like having the full suit
The
with
kit.
George
Yeah.
and all that, like the full kit, like you can't change it. It is George. You are George. If you put on that armor, you are not like Jim Bob the Destroyer who just copied his armor like you would do in Reach. No, you are George now. That is his armor. It's a set. You can't change the shoulder. You can change the colors maybe, but you can't change the shoulder. Maybe it has like its own unique set. How about that? There you go. More bang for the buck. Maybe you can have a battle damaged or non-battle damaged, a pre-explosion and non-explosion, pre-headshot cat, headshot cat. like,
Yeah.
like, like
I mean,
that
that's
could have
really.
awesome.
I mean, on one hand, it's really funny. On the other hand,
Well,
like.
like, I mean, well, Gears of War did it actually, where it's like all the Carmine brothers. There was
Oh
like
my
there's
gosh.
the default one, and then there was like the dead one. So it's like they were
That's
zombies,
epic.
of, like whatever killed them. It's actually really sad because they actually did a really good job with how they looked.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's pretty graphic, but it's cool though.
Yeah.
And like again, that's a good example I could probably create is like Gears of War. Gears of War has like the crazy customization where you just pick and choose like a character, and the character maybe has a skin. So it's like Marcus Phoenix classic, or like Marcus Phoenix like Victory Day, like when the war ended. It's like stuff like that, or like uniformed or prison cell or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then make it where you can get these characters. You can play as Spartan Johnson. You can play as John 117. You could play as Kat and George and all these other characters. But then you also have your Spartan, your personal Spartan you can customize and make the way you want.
Yeah.
It's like that would be a good way to monetize it. Cause like Master Chief Training Day, Master Chief Battle Damage, Master Chief like um, Battle of Installation 04, like like you can do these different things and monetize, and that'd be fine because diehard fans will kill for that stuff. They'll happily pay, especially if you're just honest and you say, "This is to help keep the servers up and get us money, so we get paid and can eat food." Like you're just
So our workers can
yeah, it's
actually
like
eat supper tonight. Um,
yeah, and then you have like the Game Pass and. Like if they want more money, they could have like a separate tree of the Game Pass. It's more of like very high quality loot like to the theme of that
yeah.
season, and just make every other like little tiny piece like something that you can just do on your own. Like you could
Yeah.
literally just have different gloves and
Yeah.
just give us 10 different
I
versions of
I
them.
really wish they
You
did do
you,
like something with
you
the
can
hands. Cause
mix
like
and match. Like yeah, I'm sorry, I'm like it just boggles my mind. Like again, the Space Marine game barely like there's not a lot of customization in it. There's only a lot because every piece can be individually swapped.
yeah.
Like there's like five, I think, for like five, maybe 5 to maybe like 10 at the very most. Like say shoulders, helmets, and all that, right?
Yeah.
And but like because you can mix and match every part of it and change every paint scheme and color for every piece,
Yeah.
it's like it feels like so much more. And like that's all they'd have to do. And then just roll with it. And it
Uh,
just feels very silly with what they did.
Overall, I genuinely think that this again. Overall, I'm not mad with the state that it's in. I think it's I won't say acceptable. It's like manageable, if that's a way of putting it. Like it's not like I'm falling over myself because I'm mad because of the way that it is. But I'm not also like over to be like to see it in the state that it's in. It's just like
Yeah.
it's okay. It's like it is what it is. And I think that if they do work on it and add some of the things that we're talking about, I think it would be great. But as of right now, what we have, and I'm not mad, I'm not thrilled because of certain things being the way they are, but I genuinely hope that they take some of the feedback that a lot of the community is giving and run with it and update the game and it what it could be. And what it
Yeah.
could be, in my opinion, is probably like the definitive Halo game for newcomers to play. Because I feel like this game is very much newcomer friendly, and I feel like if it gets a lot more people into this franchise, I think we'd be better off for it. But it has to make some changes to keep people interested and old. and old fans.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for hopping on and talking to me about this. I'm sorry your game crashed.
Yeah, yeah, it's like perfect timing, I guess.
I
It's okay though. I
guess.
went back to MCC, so I'm
Yes,
not upset.
sir. But yeah, I guess I'll be uploading. I think I might just upload the raw, unedited stuff. Like just have two different like parts 1 and parts 2 of raw, and then throughout the next couple of weeks.
Oh man, I'm probably gonna sound like a clown.
I don't think so.
I mean, as long as like, well, as long as at least one person understands the point,
Yeah,
or at
and
least like, if it's on
I
record.
think we spoke well enough on our feelings about this thing.